Hello to everyone, welcome to our virtual class. My name is Svetlana Cotovan-Naval and I am a teacher at Mihai Eminescu Lyceum. Today I would like to continue our discussion about nature and what can we do to protect it. Let's find out together the right way. Today we are going to start with: if the bees disappears off the surface of the globe, then man will have only 4 years of life left. No more bees, no more pollination, no more plants, no more animals, no more man. So this is the saying that Albert Einstein was telling. I think Albert Einstein wanted us to pay more attention to these most important insects that help at pollination of all types of plants and trees. We hear that the weather has not been favorable for bees to do their job. This is to the detriment of the wheat harvest and other crops that we people use for everyday meals. Farmers are using different chemicals to contribute to larger crops, but are not thinking that it harms insects by poisoning them. If the bees disappear, we humans will disappear together with them, because we would not have neither honey nor crops. Let's see what are we going to do today at the lesson. We are going to learn new vocabulary words and use them to describe pictures. We will read the announcement for comprehension and find the antonyms of the given words. We will discuss what we can do to make the environment better, make an action plan to clean a riverbank, and write an announcement in the local newspaper. For doing that, we need, of course, some vocabulary words. Let's start with this one. Is bucket. Bucket. Căldare. Creature. Creature. Creatură. Watering can. Watering can. Stropitoare. Hose. Hose. Furtun. Waste. Waste. Resturi. Empathy. Empathy. Empatie. Now, we have to look at the pictures and we have to ask and answer some possible questions. I have done something for you. What are the insects you can see in the picture? Of course, it's a butterfly. Where are the two birds singing? On branch of a tree. Why do the two kangaroos fight? Maybe they are fighting for the territory or the female both of them admire. What nature masterpieces can we see in the pictures? Mountains, river with clean, clear and fresh water, fields full of colorful butterflies and flowers growing everywhere. So these are the description of the pictures having here. Let's go to the next one. We are going to read together the announcement in the local newspaper. Let's find out why is the title Act Now for Better Tomorrow. Be attentive and we are going to pay more attention to the words that are written in bold. If we take care of nature, it will give us everything we need to live a happy and healthy life. But we use too much water, too much electricity and too many natural resources, and we seldom think of how much all this costs. As a result, our nature is in great danger. A lot of people understand this and try to do something to save our beautiful world. What can you do to help? I think we shouldn't waste water. We can do it in many ways. Let's use a watering can instead of a hose when we water the garden, and use a bucket of water when we wash the bike or the dog. We can also have 1 minute shorter showers to save up to 568 liters of water a month, and turn off the water when we brush the teeth or put water into a glass. I think saving electricity is important too. I always remember to turn the lights off when I leave a room, and also unplug the toaster or any other small machine after I use it. Even if we are not using it, it takes us energy from the earth when it is plugged in. I think we must never forget about recycling. It is necessary to separate different types of waste: containers, glass, paper, electronic and metal. We may reuse old crayon pieces by melting them into new crayons. My mother and I paint coffee cans and plant flowers in them. We make bird feeders from soda bottles, use milk jugs, or organize our suppliers. We should always remember to respect and look after animals, flowers, and trees around us. Let's have empathy for all living creatures. If you were attentive while reading the text, it would be very easy for you to do the next task. Look through the text again and find the antonyms of the given words. So we have the word to remember. The antonym of this word can be considered forget. To turn on, the antonym turn off. Never, the antonym is always. To plug is unplug. To waste, to save. Few, much or many. To enter, to leave. To begin, to finish. Often, seldom. So these are the words you have seen in the text written in bold. They are antonyms for those that we have here. Now, we are going to read, to decide what you can do to make the environment in your community better. For this activity, we have to identify those actions that we can do. So we can keep the air clean, we can plant a tree, we can protect animals, we can protect water resources, and we can save the rainforests. So we see here some of the actions that can help us to do that. For our next activity, we have to think and to make a plan of what you will do on the riverbank and what you will need to take with you. We have an announcement in the local newspaper and some words that can be included in the plan. So let's see what the announcement tells us. Local river cleanup. Come to clean the bank of the river and help the environment. Meet at the stadium at 9 a.m. on Saturday. For more information, contact boriscleancommunity.org. So this is the announcement, and we have some expressions. Cut dry branches, trim bushes, collect waste, separate different kind of waste, put waste into bags. Let's see what is the plan that we can make to do these actions. The first one, we can meet at the stadium at 9 o'clock. We can bring with us necessary items for collecting waste, like rubber gloves and waste bags. We need to separate into teams all the people that are present or that are coming. First group will trim the bushes, second group will cut dry branches, third group will separate the waste, fourth group will put the waste into bags. And another part of our plan, after all the waste will be loaded into the garbage truck, we will have an outdoor snack party. I think that the part with the snack party is the most attractive here. Now, we have to look at these questions and try to complete the sentences using the words that are referring to the announcement we have just read. So, the possible question here might be, when do you have local river cleanup? Where will we work? How do we get to the stadium? When do we meet there? How do we start work? Why do we need bags? These are some of the questions that can be used here. Next activity is based on the writing newspaper articles. You have to imagine that you have next week to organize at school a cleanup day. You have to write the announcement in the local newspaper, where you have to include date of the event, meeting place, number of the volunteers needed, to work to be done, tools you will need, and contact person. An example I have done for you. You have to try to make it better. Come to cleanup day around our school on March 20. Are needed around 500 volunteers to collect waste, cut the dry branches, and plant trees and flowers. You should bring waste bags, rubber gloves, some rakes, brooms, and buckets. For more questions, contact me, stacy@cleancommunity.org. This is the possible announcement you can write in the local newspaper. You have to do it yourself. Today, at the lesson, we have learned new vocabulary words and used them to describe the pictures, read the announcement for comprehension and found the antonyms of the given words, discussed what we can do to make the environment better, make an action plan to clean a river bank, written an announcement in the local newspaper. Let me end our meeting with some information. Do you know that we celebrate World Environment Day on 5th June every year? On this day, the United Nations encourages all people to protect the environment. It all started in 1974. This is the last thing I wanted to share with you. Thank you for being with me, and see you next time.